Hello and welcome to our very first YouTube live stream to unveil to you a very exciting range of products. This is our heat protection styling range. My name is Dafydd Thomas. I am the Global Head of Education for GHD and I am joined by a very special, fabulous guest. Lisa Potter-Dixon, how are you, Lisa?
Dav, I'm thrilled to be here. I'm so excited to hear about these products. But guys, I am so excited about the show that we've got lined up for you. Not only have you got me and Dav and this amazing new range, but you've also got three brilliant panelists who are going to be teaching us all their tips and tricks. And are you ready for this? We are going to Australia and to Scotland, similar, right? And we're going to be seeing and speaking to two of your favourite content creators. Can you guess who they are? Maybe, maybe not. But first, Dav, let's get stuck into this.
Well, to start off with, Lisa, how amazing do these products look?
It's so gorgeous and sleek.
Just everything about it. I think the design team really need a round of applause on this one because it is something that I cannot wait to have on my professional station in my salon or at home. It's amazing. But let's delve into a little bit of the product knowledge here for you. Now, to start off with, the range is split into two. So you've got your prep and then you've got your finishing. So the prep products are the ones that you're going to use before you start heat styling. Yeah. Then your finishing products are the ones you're going to use at the very end. The unique thing about this, now we all know and love GHD. We create award-winning professional heat styling tools. We are the heat experts. We've got our laboratory in Cambridge and so on. So it comes naturally that we've developed a heat protection system. So this system is made up of two key areas in a sense. So first of all, you've got your protection polymers. Now this is what's going to add that layer of protection from the heat to your hair. Then you've got your conditioning agents, which are going to add that softness and subtleness to the hair, allow your stylist to glide over your hair so much better. And that heat protection system is essentially going to be working as an invisible shield between the heat of the tools and your hair. Wow. The best thing about these prep products is already included in all of them. Oh. So heat protection is covered by GHD. But to delve in a little bit about what each product does is, the first of all here, you have your Bodyguard. Now this is a volumizing foam. So it's a water-based foam which blends perfectly with your hair. It's workable and it's layerable as well. So if you want to be creating those beautifully bouncy blow dries with your GHD Helios, this is the perfect one to use to add that bounce and volume to your hair. It'll make your blow dries last even longer as well. Now this is something that you put on wet hair and you dry it into your hair. Then we go on to Pick Me Up. Now, I work on a lot of shoots with GHD. We do Fashion Week as well. And this is one of my key products to work backstage or on a model. It's called Pick Me Up and it's a root lift spray. Now, think of it as the scaffolding for your roots or like a really great prepping product. If you look at like trends at the moment, you know, people love that little bit of texture, that kind of lived in feel, that next day hair. Layering this in your hair is not only going to give you that extra lift at the root, but it's also going to give you that nice supple texture going through your hair as well. A really great one to have.
And Dav, I've got to say, the name's already to win. So good. That meeting must have been amazing.
Honestly, it was amazing. And it's got so much sass to it. And that's what we love. It's a bit of personality to GHD, isn't
100%.
it? It's amazing. Then we've got Curly Ever After. Now, again, girls love to curl the hair. You know, we're coming into, hopefully out of lockdown, into the summer seasons, those beach waves and so on. Curly Ever After is going to be your go-to product if you want to use your curling tongs or your wands or your stylist to create curls. This is going to make your curls last longer. Applying a bit of this onto your hair, curling through with your Platinum Plus or your Curve range, it's going to make your curls last even longer than they already do. I
feel like that's going to be my everyday go-to because I curl my hair loads with a classic curve.
Yeah, exactly. So that's definitely one for you there, Lisa. Talking about lockdown, we are missing our hairdressers tremendously. Yes. We can't wait for them to reopen, but if you feel that you are having like slightly damaged ends, split ends especially, now rehab is going to be a saviour for you. It's split end therapy. So what this is going to do is going to seal the split ends and protect them from getting any worse for up to 10 washes. Apply a small amount of this onto wet hair. Blow dry it in with your GHD Helios and seal it with your Platinum Plus. And like I said, it'll last you 10 washes.
Wow.
The finish on the ends of your hair is going to be as if you've just had a fresh haircut. That's amazing.
That is amazing. And also the TLC you're giving your hair. I feel like I've had mine up in a top knot for quite a while,
That's
so
it.
I probably need that.
Exactly, and we know hairdressers is going to be busy, so a couple of weeks down the line for your appointment, you need your rehab. Then we have straight on. Now, GHD is world famous for creating beautifully sleek, glossy hair, and straight on is our little secret ingredient that we've got there. So straight on is a mist that you spray onto your hair before you blow dry if you want to, but also before you run your stylers over the hair as well. It's going to help align every strand of hair, making it last longer again, smoothing down the hair, and the shine that you get from this is amazing as well. So that's a definite one if you like your hair straight. And then finally, within our prep range, you have our Bodyguard. Now, heat protection styling is what the range is called. This is our hero product. If you want to add that extra layer of protection, your Bodyguard is the one to go for. If you've done your hair the day before with any of the other ranges and you want to just top it up with your tool, Bodyguard is so lightweight that it's a great one to go in that next day just to touch up on that fringe or touch up on the hair afterwards. Also, if you don't like the feeling of hold on your hair and you want your hair to be as natural as possible, but you do want to protect against heat, Bodyguard is great for that as well. But the one thing to remember is all of the products that I've already covered now all have GHD's unique heat protection system in there. So you know when you're styling, you're covered from heat.
Okay, that's amazing. And then we've got the next range.
Exactly, that's it. So then we move on to our finishing products. So
Okay.
you've put the foundations in, you've got your prep products, you're now going to go in and style with your GHD products, whether it's a Helios, a Platinum Plus. Then you want to kind of finesse. So this is almost like the finishing touches on the hair, and that is just as important as prep. And we've got a great range of products here for you as well. Now, glossy hair. You know, we all love glossy hair. I've never had a client or a model that doesn't want shiny, healthy looking hair. And for me, that dramatic ending is going to give you that. Now, this is a serum that you put on the ends of your hair. If you've curled your hair, you've done a glossy red carpet wave, a beautifully GHD sleek straight look, your dramatic ending is going to add that final polish to your ends and to your hair. So a great one to use there.
So that was just for the ends of the hair,
Just the ends of the hair, yeah. What I would definitely recommend with that one is one single pump it's super strong. You don't need too much of it. A small amount in the palm of your hands, work it through, starting at the ends and then working up to your roots. Okay, so you don't overlay your roots. Again, if you want to get rid of those flyaways, it's great for that as well. Now, Shiny Ever After, I love this product. I'm obsessed with the smell. 2 meter distance,
Come on,
have a smell of that. That is amazing. On the hair.
Oh my God.
I might not be able to come 2 meters close to you, but I can shine your hair, no problem.
I love that.
But how amazing does that smell?
It smells like a fragrance.
It does, yeah. And you would have noticed the fine mist that you get from that. So you can already imagine it's going to add that diamond-like shine to your hair, but it's not going to weigh it down either. So if you've put texture in your hair, if you put a wave in your hair, it's all there ready, and you can add that gloss to it without weighing it down.
I'm going to have the shiniest hair ever, I'm telling you.
That's it, exactly. Now, we love a bit of perfection.
Yes.
Perfect Ending is our last product to share with you. Now, this is a Final Fix hairspray. So what this product is, it's the very last thing you should be putting on your hair before you leave the door. Okay, so you've prepped your hair, you've styled your hair, you've finished it. A very small amount of this product is going to lock it in for that little bit longer. It's an instant drying effect, so you don't need, it's just not going to feel wet on your hair or anything like that. But also it's quite workable as well. So say for instance you have gone to the office, you've styled your hair, you've left the house, you've put some Perfect Ending on there to fix it in for the day. If you're going for a date night that night, all you need to do is brush through your hair, a little bit of Bodyguard, and then restyle your hair. It's a total brushable hold on that as well, so you can rework it into the hair, which is great.
That is so good, because sometimes with those kind of sprays, they can be really heavy and sticky.
Exactly.
So that's amazing that you can do that. And what I've heard you saying throughout this, and I know we're going to hear from some of the other experts in a moment, but that you can layer the products as well.
Absolutely, yeah. It is a concise range, and the thing is we've worked as a brand with professional stylists, with chemists to sort of develop the very best products, and what we've started to notice is that you cannot create a product for everybody. Some people like that glossy end but want a little bit of more texture at the root. So what is really great about this product is they're intermixable. You can create your own little alchemies with them if you want to. So, for instance, I love using Pick Me Up, which is the root lift spray, and pairing that with Dramatic Ending, because at the roots, you want that little bit of scaffolding to your roots, that hold and that texture, but you still want a nice glossy, rich end on your hair as well.
Yeah.
So pairing those two products together. And again, rehab. It's so lightweight. So if you've got split ends, pop that into your hair, seal it with your Helios and your Platinum Plus, and then it's there for 10 washes. So you don't need to reapply that again. So that's going to last you ages, but also protect your split ends without weighing your style down too much.
Yeah, I love that. I suppose it's like makeup, isn't it? Being a makeup artist, we're always layering things
Absolutely.
to get the best results, and that's exactly what we're doing here.
Exactly, that's it. And it's a really creative range. And, you know, like I said, it is a professional range as well. GHD is a professional brand. I've been a hairdresser for 20 years, and I've not known like the industry without GHD. I remember when I was in college, it was straight away, GHD was the one product that you have to use. It was the kudos to have in the salon. And that is what comes with these ranges as well, is that you are at home styling your own hair, but you're using professionally standard products. And that is key, I think, because you want to know that you're protecting your hair from the heat, so you can change your style up every single day, do something different, but you know your hair is protected because that heat protection system, which is unique to GHD, with those two elements, the protection polymers and the conditioning agents, are embedded in all of the styling products. So protection, we've got it covered.
And also alongside with the tools, because you never go above 185 degrees, right?
Absolutely,
so
yeah.
With the combination, it's like a power couple where you're putting them together. And
That's
you're
it,
just like,
yeah.
okay. So now we've heard about this amazing range. Shall we see it in action? Hot off the press. Here is the campaign. Enjoy. How cool was that? And do you know what? It was so nice to see the professionals represented in the campaign as well.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know, the whole brand started in the salon, so it's really important for us to represent and hero the professionals in anything that we do. But actually, we've got the stars of the campaign joining us today to give us their expert tips. So how are you guys?
I mean, guys, honestly, you were amazing. But how was it, Chris? Was it fun?
It was so much fun. It felt so weird to be the other side of the camera. It's not something I've ever done before, and I've definitely got a newfound respect for all the models that do it all the time.
Yeah, definitely. You were brilliant. And Zoe, where was it? I feel like it was somewhere exotic.
It was in Milan, which is like the fashion capital of the world, really, one of them. And so as soon as you step off the plane, you feel that kind of sense of incredible style. I mean, everyone on the shoot looked amazing. And people that are holding cameras, they look like they've come out of a Prada campaign, you know? So everything about it felt kind of major. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was so much fun.
So Amy, you know, being the creative education manager for GHD, you know, and having 3 amazing stylists working on this shoot, there must have been some amazing hair, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think the 3 of us, when we found out we were going to be doing this campaign, it had to be that iconic GHD hair that we were creating for this. So when you see it, you see these beautiful glossy straights and like really luxury waves and bouncy, expensive looking curls. So it was all about embracing just really beautiful wearable hair.
Beautiful hair is definitely, and it's aspirational hair as well, and the looks are divine. Chris, we've spoken a little bit about the heat protection system that's embedded within all the products. Now, as a session stylist, you obviously style, restyle and restyle again into different looks on the clients that you have. How important is it for you as a professional to have a range that is so caring, I guess, for your models and clients?
I think for me, it's like having insurance for my client's hair. It just guarantees that I'm going to be looking after it and making the most of it and giving it all that it can, really, and just pushing its limits, but still making sure that I'm not damaging the integrity of the hair at all, and I can just carry on working and restyling and make sure we can get everything we need to in the day.
And I think that's really important, isn't it? Because I think that actually, from someone that's not a hairdresser, I don't always use heat protection in my hair. Well, I didn't. Obviously, I'm going to start now because from you guys, what we're going to be hearing is that it is so important to protect your hair so you're not damaging it. And do you have a lot of clients, Zoe, that don't use heat protection?
I started to have, you know, when my clients first came in, and then I think just through seeing the difference between how long their curls lasted, because people forget that, you know, how much your style will last is how much moisture is in your hair. And if your hair is particularly dry, then it's more likely to drop. So when you start to care for your hair, they found that their hair stayed in for, you know, several days. And that's what they fell in love with, as well as the softness, was the longevity of the style. So now all of my clients do it because they know how important it is to me.
So GHD, obviously, you know, we have a range of electrical tools that, you know, are like industry leading.
Yeah.
You know, I know I work for GHD, but they're pretty amazing. And, you know, having an amazing range of electrical tools and now being able to power couple them together with the heat styling range, how important or how beneficial is that, Amy? And especially when you're talking with clients and consumers, being able to clearly recommend and I guess for a consumer knowing what tool to pair with what, how does the power couple benefit people?
So, as professionals and hairdressers know that the most, you know, it's fantastic. We have GHD, these amazing tools. We can get great long-lasting styles, respect the health of the hair, great. But your foundation is so important. So what you build in the hair beforehand. So by having the power couples, we can really share with people what is that best foundation to team with that electrical tool. And again, as professionals, you know the products you use is what's going to give you that amazing, long-lasting results. But by having these power couples, we're able to share that then with our customers as well.
Yeah.
But it is so good to have you here. And again, you know, for us as a brand, professionals, you know, we started as a brand in the professional salon. So having you here to share your tips and advice is super, super valuable. And throughout this program, we will be having more demonstrations and tips and advice from our professionals. So we shall look forward to hearing from you a little bit later.
And can I just say one thing? Like, seriously, thanks to GHD, because I feel like I'm not the only one that has had this brand in my life for such a long time. And I think that what you're saying about it started in salons, it started with you guys, the professionals, not actually you guys, you know.
The youthfulness.
Yeah, look at you. But it did start with the professionals, and I think it's amazing that just us at home can do our hair with professional products.
Oh, that's so kind of you, Lisa. And hopefully, with the new heat protection styling range, you'll have many more good hair days to come in the future again. Now, of course, we are working in quite difficult times at the moment with the restrictions in place. We do hope all of our GHD fans out there are staying safe. And this is why exactly that myself and Lisa are sat 2 meters apart today. I would do anything for a hug right now. And of course, all of our stylists are in a separate studio and they will be respecting social distancing and will be wearing their GHD face masks during any styling demonstrations that they've got coming up to protect their models. Of course, talking about models, we have our first demonstration coming up with Amy Sonte, and you caught up with her earlier to see what she thought and how to use GHD Rehab. Let's take a look.
I'm here with the lovely Amy, who's going to be showing us an iconic GHD look, the sleek and straight style using Rehab. Amy, I can see that most of the hair is done. You've left a section left. It is looking gorgeous and so shiny as well. So how have you achieved that using Rehab, and what exactly is it?
So GHD Rehab is an advanced split end therapy treatment that uses heat to seal the ends, and it can last up to 10 shampoos.
What?
Yep.
That's
the miracle
amazing.
cream. So I'm going to just apply some into my hands.
So that's about what? About a walnut size amount?
Yeah,
okay, perfect.
exactly. Now, I'm not actually going to apply it to the hair because the process for this is it would be applied to wet hair first, but it's applying the product into your hands and then rubbing it through your hair to get an even saturation.
So can I just ask, so wet hair, so what would you have done? Would you have shampooed your hair, conditioned it?
So you can shampoo and condition and use it, but we do recommend that it's best just shampooing your hair and then applying it straight afterwards.
Oh, okay.
That way it helps to bond and grip to the hair better. It's applied to wet hair, and it's applied using a twisted saturation, because by twisting the hair, it's kind of forcing the product into all of it rather than just sitting on that top layer. It's about making sure you've got an even saturation of the product into the hair. Then you can use a paddle brush and your GHD Helios, because you obviously would have a GHD Helios hairdryer, to dry it into your hair. Then you use the GHD Platinum Plus to help seal that into the hair. And the reason we use GHD Platinum Plus is because it's the best tool to make sure you're going to get the longest lasting results. So it's a real power couple teaming up the rehab with GHD Platinum Plus. I'm just going to pass over. We recommend you pass over with the Platinum Plus 3 times. And what that's going to do, it's going to just seal the ends of the hair. And I don't know if you can see that, but the shine you're getting there is so amazing, sealing all the cuticle down. And it's just going to give you like a rehydrated feel. So the hair's going to feel softer and then much easier to style and work with.
Why is this look so iconic to GHD?
GHD really transformed the industry. Before that, you didn't have tools that would perform and give you really beautiful, long-lasting results without damaging your hair. And I think a look that wasn't achieved before was that really glossy, straight hair result. And now it was achievable at home by individuals themselves. It wasn't only a salon-only result anymore. So it really did change the whole beauty game, really.
Yeah. And I think as well, the sectioning technique that you're using there as well is something that I know I learned from you guys at GHD, because again, that helps with the sleekness too, right?
Yes.
And when you've got that power couple as well with the rehab, which is going to keep that sleekness in place, it's going to last longer. And I think sometimes we rush with our hair, but with the pandemic, like we've mentioned, in place, this is the perfect opportunity to take a little bit more time and to look after your hair, because we haven't been able to go to hairdressers, but also we've been wearing our hair in top knots for basically a year. So now's the time to really treat it.
Absolutely, and particularly because you can't get to the hairdressers, split ends are going to be more commonplace. So having a treatment that actually deals with that issue in particular is so fantastic, and it's so easy that you can just do it yourself at home using the styler that you already have.
Yeah, because it is the styler, like you said, that seals in the product.
Yeah, but it's great as well because the rehab has in the heat protection system. It has that heat protection, so you don't have that guilt. You know your hair's protected as well. The range has 10 products in total, and 6 of them actually contain the heat protection. So anything that you use first from the entire range has that sort of safety net, that invisible, lightweight shield that you get from the GHD products.
That's so amazing. And also, you know, GHD have always had that right temperature, so it's not too hot, right? So that it doesn't damage the hair as such.
Absolutely. Everything at GHD is 185, so 185 degrees is a perfect optimum styling temperature whilst protecting and respecting the health of your hair.
So what are you putting in now?
So I'm actually using the Dramatic Ending, which is a new serum from the range. So I'm just rubbing it into my hands. I'm creating like a film, an even layer across, so I don't have any patches. Sometimes as well, you can rub it across the back of your hands, because where you have grooves, you can get like a build-up of excess product. So if you're using something like a serum at the end, I think some people are a bit frightened of using something that's a bit oily when the hair is done and they've put that work in. So just a tip, by rubbing it over the back of your hands, help remove it from those little areas. And then I'm just using it to put that final gloss smooth over those little hairs at the top. And then again, the hairlines as well. I think people are frightened to apply products to these areas, but these are the most dehydrated parts. So it's just really thinking about where it needs that extra gloss and the extra hydration and popping it in.
That's made such a difference. And actually, I would never take an oil and then put it straight onto the roots. Would you do that with every style, or is it specifically for this one?
Volume, no. It's like a big no for volume. But for something like this, where you want that real luxury glass-like finish and that hair that just reflects all the light and moves, it just gives you that extra, you know, when you see girls and you look at them and there's something about them that's just more elevated, it's that extra little layer it gives you.
I mean, it looks absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
And like you say, because of the rehab, that's going to stay in the hair for 10 washes.
Exactly.
So it's going to seal in those split ends. That will help with flyaways as well, I'm assuming.
Absolutely, yeah. It's just going to make everything feel sealed, healthy, expensive looking hair.
Well, it certainly looks gorgeous, it looks sleek, it looks shiny, it looks healthy. Thank you so much, Amy. Over to you, Dav.
What an amazing look there by Amy, and so much shine on that hair. Seriously, rehab is a must try from me. So Lisa, where are we off to next?
Okay, I am really excited now because we're going to one of my favourite countries in the entire world, Australia, which I must say is much hotter than here right now because they're in midsummer, and we're going over to the gorgeous Pia. Hi Pia, how are you?
Hi guys, I'm so great. How are you?
Good, thank you. I nearly went g'day mate, and I was like, well, that's a bit cliche.
I was 100% expecting a good day.
How have you been? I mean, you guys are kind of back to normal now, right? You're back at the beach every day. You can go to the bars and the restaurants.
Jealous.
I know.
Pretty much. I think it was a bit touch and go there for a while. We were in lockdown for a little while, but we were just really hardcore about locking everything down. And I think we also benefit massively from the fact that we're like an island and we have a pretty small population. So we've managed to kind of get everything under control. Hopefully, it kind of every now and then it kicks off again a little bit and then we all shut down. But right now it's pretty nice over here.
So Pia, today you're going to share with us a quick look, one of your favourite go-to looks, but it's all around the heat protection system and the heat styling range that we've got from GHD. So again, you know, just to get your insight on this brand new range, what's your favourite product? What have you been picking out? What's your key go-tos at the moment?
Okay, so I'm totally obsessed with the range because not only is it an amazing range to actually help me style my hair in any kind of style that I would want to do. If I want to do a really sleek look, I've got the perfect, you know, product for that. If I want to get a bouncy, curly, beachy kind of look, I've got the perfect product. But what they've actually done with this range is make sure that it's super nourishing for your hair as well. So, you know, the heat protection is something that's so important, and especially for me because I'm here in Australia and the sun just beams down onto my head. And I didn't actually realize this for a long time, but your hair can get sunburnt. So it's not just like direct heat application that can damage your hair, but just being out and about in the sunshine can mean that you end up with like brittle, dry, discolored hair, and you can get all sorts of damage. So my favorite product that I am just using every single day, irrespective of whether or not I actually use a hot tool, is Bodyguard.
I did not know that your hair could get sunburnt. I mean, I'm obsessed with SPF. I mean, being a makeup artist, I'm constantly telling people to put your SPF 50 on. So I can't believe I'm so obsessed with that and did not know that my hair was getting sunburned. So I need to be wearing this every day because I usually just use it when I'm actually styling with a hot tool, but you've been using it every day no matter what.
Every day, exactly. And I didn't realize that for a long time either. I always kind of just protected my hair if I was using a hot tool. But my hair actually has like cuticles and everything that can get damaged just from the sun. So I actually spritz a little bit of this and just comb it through, even if I'm just air drying my hair. And that's probably the best tip that I can give if you want to sort of protect it.
So Pia, you're going to share with us one of your favourite techniques, and I think you are going to be using the Bodyguard heat protection spray to create that. So talk us through what you're going to create for us today.
Always. Okay, so I like to get a little bit of body. I'm going through a bit of an awkward length phase at the moment. So what I like to do is create some little kinks in my hair. Otherwise it just all feels a little bit limp and like nothing. And obviously because I'm here on the beach, I want it to have that little kind of like crunched up, beachy, like the ends of my hair have been dipped in water sort of look. But I'm going to pretend I only have like 2 minutes to get ready. So I'm going to do a little quick tutorial.
That's the one thing I think that is super. While you get yourself ready and get all your tools out and everything, I think the key thing with this range is the results that you get are so quick.
Yeah.
It's a case of like those like desk to dance floor moments. You know, your husband, boyfriend, girlfriend says to you super quick, let's go for a quick drink, hopefully at some point. It's the kind of things where, because they work in such symbiosis with our electrical tools, they're power coupled together to give you the express results and the perfect results for those kind of quick transformations.
And I think that also, we've heard it from the experts today, you know, it's a pro range as well, which is amazing because I think that we need to know that the experts are using this as well, whether it be on set or whether it be, you know, in the salon, so we can get that result at home too, which I think is really exciting.
Exactly. So talk us through your first couple of steps there, Pia.
Okay, so there's a couple of ways that I like to put on the Heat Protect Spray, the Bodyguard, and that's either just popping it right directly onto my hair, from a bit of a distance like this, just a couple of spritzes, and then I just grab a brush and brush that through. Or another way I like to do it is spritzing some onto a brush.
Ooh.
And then kind of slicking that down just so that I can get it onto the top of my head without like wetting my scalp and my roots too much, but then I can still have that protection right on top.
What is great about the heat protection system, there's so many other I've seen before where you have to dry it into the hair. With this, it is perfect for that next day styling.
Yeah.
So you've woken up, your hair's just that little bit kind of disheveled maybe, and you just can spritz it onto dry hair, it dries in an instant, and you go straight over with your Platinum Plus, or whichever other tool that you want to use. So you don't have to kind of dry it in. So your next couple of steps here, Pia.
Okay, so for this, because I want to just do a really quick look, I'm just going to do some face framing pieces. So my go-to, like, absolute can't live without tool has always been the Platinum Plus. This is just one of those tools that you can do anything with, you know. If you want to do a little 90s flick, you can do that. If you want to do a slicky straight style, you've got that. Or you can obviously do waves and curls, and it's actually really easy. I see so many people shy away from like doing waves with straighteners, but I'm gonna just show you how I like to frame my face. So I just literally grab the front section here, give that a quick little brush, and then I like to start around where my eyeline is. Place that in there and just flick it out.
You're
And
making it
then
look so
just
easy.
loop that over one time and then keep the end straight. And if you keep that little end straight there, about an inch or two at the end, that kind of creates that little beachy look that looks like you've dipped the ends of your hair in the ocean just before going out for dinner.
The ease that you're creating that with is incredible. Now, just a little bit of techie facts for you about this product. So with Bodyguard, it has the heat protection system in it. Now, there are two actions within this. So you've got your protection polymers. This is one is going to give you that invisible layer, but there's also conditioning agents in it as well. So see how Pia's styling through her hair. It's just gliding over the hair, almost as if it's not even touching the hair. And that is because the conditioning agents improves that combability of your hair. And you know those moments when you've got like a tacky product on your hair and the style kind of like stutters through your hair? This product is going to help kind of smooth that styler over your hair, just super perfect. And it kind of just glides over, so it kind of creates less friction on your hair, which is again kind of increasing the protection that you've got on your hair.
And it's so important because the amount of times that I've gone out and been like, oh yeah, I meant to look like I've got a crimped hair.
That's it, yeah.
Because I haven't.
It's a part of the trend.
Exactly. But actually, like we just saw there, like you said, Pia's hair is so smooth. Look how shiny it is as well.
It's amazing.
It's gorgeous.
It's amazing. Now, Pia, you're just as a couple of tips.
And honestly, so quick.
It's super quick, super quick. Couple of tips for the people watching now. You're taking every section in the same direction, right? Working away from the face?
I do like to do that. So when I had a bit shorter hair, I had kind of a lob hairstyle. What I would do is take one to the back and then one to the front and basically interchange the sections. And that gives you a little bit more of that separation, that kind of rough and ready, crunchy look. But I'm finding at this length, for me, it's a little bit smoother for them all to kind of lean in the same direction so that the waves can blend together. So I mix it up.
Mix it up, exactly. Well, that is the one thing that's great about Platinum Plus, is that creativity that it gets. But again, just something to note here is what Pia's not doing is applying on every section. So with Heat Protect styling, what it does is, because it has that beautiful mist of product with Bodyguard going all over the hair, so apply it in misted layers like she did at the beginning, it means that every single section is going to be coated beautifully in this product. You're going to be protected. So there's no need to kind of go back and reapply in every section. You've got that one cloud-like mist at the beginning and everything's done, so you can carry on and concentrate with your styling, which is great.
That's amazing. And it also probably means that the bottle lasts you quite a long time as well, because you don't need to keep going back in. Great.
Dressing your style, Pia, how do you tend to like to dress your curls out?
So after this, I basically just cool them. Then I do a tiny little bit of Final Fix spray. I don't like to go too heavy on that either, but a little bit of a mist. I've got it here. Perfect ending. Just spritz a little bit of that. And then typically, I just sort of with my fingers or with a wide tooth comb, I brush through these. So this is the absolute best.
Oh my gosh, if you've not tried this comb before, you have to get one, Lisa.
Do you know, I've not tried it, but literally, you doing that one comb, I feel like I need to go on my phone and order one immediately, because that has given you exactly what you said, that beachy, relaxed, gorgeous vibe. Look at it.
Perfect. Well,
And you're good to go.
Good to go, good to go. You're ready to hit the beach now. Staying safe, obviously. So thank you so much, Pia. Have a great evening, and we will speak to you very soon.
Thank you. Have a great night. Bye.
So next up, we have Chris Southern, a session stylist and one of our pro experts, is going to talk to us about his favourite heat styling range product, Curly Ever After. So Chris, I'm so excited to see one of the looks that you're going to be creating for us today. But before we delve into the look that you're creating and the technique, heat protection styling obviously is an amazing range that you've been using for a while now anyway. With the heat protection system that it has in it, how important is it for you as a session stylist to make sure that you use heat protection?
For me personally, as a session stylist, it's really important that my client's hair is so well looked after. A lot of the time we're working on multiple looks, things have got to last all day. So if I can get a reliable product that's going to make sure my client's hair is protected, it's going to last all day and well into the evening quite often, it just makes my job so much easier and gives me that security. One of the best things about it really is that I can layer and layer different products on top of each other as well, and they dry into the hair so easily you can't even feel it's there, but it's doing all that hard work for you and just making sure that everything's going to do what it's meant to do, if that makes sense.
What is your favourite? What's your go-to styling product within the range?
My go-to product is definitely Curly Ever After. It's got the heat protection in it and it just makes my curls last all day, which is really important.
And this actually is one of the looks that you did for the campaign, right?
Yeah, so this is the look we created. It was just a really beautiful look that I think any girl can wear. It's quite a curly look, but it's done in a really classic and soft way, which I think is really nice.
Talk us through the technique, and most notably the clamp or the clip that you've got on curve. Why are you not closing that? Talk a bit about the technique and the result that it's giving you.
Cool. So when I'm working with this type of curl, where I want to get quite a tight curl from root to tip, it's quite a round curl, but it's also not too flat, it's quite wide. So when I bounce it and pull it, it stays nice and springy and it's nice and full. It's not a flat, crispy curl. So keeping the clamp open means I can take the hair and give it a slight twist, and as I wrap it round, keeping my fingers and thumb together, it just makes the hair wrap round like a rope, so it keeps the hair more together, and that just distorts the curl ever so slightly, so it doesn't go super curly. It just drags it out a tiny bit, but keeps the definition.
Are you alternating the direction of your curl?
I am, yeah. So the reason I'm alternating is because I don't want the curls to sit together. We want to build up quite a lot of width and quite a lot of body through the hair. So doing the curls in opposite directions is going to build up more texture and mean that the curls sit on top of each other and almost resist each other and create more width. Rather than brushing together, they'll sit separate and bounce more.
Perfect. So just on your final section there, so just to recap on the power couple that you're using. So from the heat protection styling range, you're using the Curly Ever After, which is going to help the elasticity of the curls, but you power coupled that with your Curve Classic Curl Tong with the Ultrazone technology, giving you that 185 permanent performance of GHD that we know and love. The two of them together is what is giving you those beautiful bouncy curls. What's your key tip for dressing the hair?
One of the things I like to start with is working up from the least disruptive tool that I could use. So first I'd start with my fingers, massaging the scalp, just getting rid of any section marks, anything like that. And then if I wanted to dress it more, I could move on to a wide tooth comb. And if that still wasn't enough, I'd move on to a paddle brush and then onto something finer like a dressing brush. With this look, I'm only going to be using my fingers because I want to keep a lot of this definition. Nice. But I just want to break some of them up and then replace them basically. So we're just getting a slight bit of fluff but keeping the curl and not sort of brushing it all down and losing this width that I want to get. No. I just want to keep it quite wide and a little bit more lived in, but just really soft and beautiful.
Perfect. So finishing products. So we've used our styling range. What are you finishing the look with?
So I'm going to be working with Shiny Ever After. It's a really beautiful shine spray because it's such a fine mist, and it's probably one of the most lightweight shine sprays I've ever used. And I kind of spray it from quite a distance and let it settle into the hair rather than spraying it directly on. You don't want to make it wet. Start with less, and if you want more, you can build it up.
Yeah.
So always less is more, and you can kind of add as you go.
That's it, and I think that's the one great thing about this product range is it's layerable. So, you know, there's so many shine sprays out there that make you a greasy mess at the end of it.
Yeah.
With Shiny Ever After, it gives you that result, but it's super lightweight at the same time, so it's not disrupting your curls. If you want that beachy hair, if you want that glossy red carpet wave, you can use Shiny Ever After afterwards without worrying that it's going to flatten your hair too much.
Even adding those layers, I've still got my little bits that just keep it looking nice and natural. It doesn't feel heavy at all.
And then finishing with some perfect ending, right?
Yeah, just a little bit of perfect ending for that last little bit of hold, especially when I'm working in areas like this. You're defying gravity, really, so you just need that little bit of extra help to make sure that it's not going to go anywhere. And I love this little one as well because it just is so small that I can take it anywhere.
Perfect for you on set as well.
Incredible. To have this just even in my pocket is great.
Amazing. That is looking lovely, Chris. And Kirsten, you are looking all set for binging on your box sets tonight. And you might want to take that handbag size for when we actually are out of lockdown for your nights out as well. So back to you, Lisa.
Thanks, Chris, that looks so good. And in fact, we're sticking with curls and we're going all the way to Bonnie, Scotland to see my pal, Jamie Genevieve. Hi, Jamie, how are you?
Hello, I'm good, how are you?
So good, thanks, so good. Just wish I could give you a hug through this screen.
No.
How's it been up there?
Okay, so right, we're all just getting on with things.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we were talking about this the other day, it's the weather. See, as soon as the weather changes, I'm fine being stuck at home, but it's the cold.
Yeah.
I'm bored of it.
Yeah. So we're so excited to be here today, aren't we, Dad?
So excited. So Jamie, you know, we've got a brand new range here to talk about. You know, talk to us. What's your first impressions of it?
I'm just really excited. Wet products and heat protection for me was something that came a little bit later, but I know now how important it is. So it's just great to be able to get it from GHD. I know that my ultimate faves are the Bodyguard heat protection. Yeah. I don't know if you've seen the video. There's this amazing viral video and you spray heat protect on a slice of bread, and then you put a slice of bread with the heat protection in the toaster and then a normal slice of bread, and it just shows you how much heat protection works, because one piece comes out burnt and the other piece comes out...
No.
Honestly, Lisa,
no.
It is the best video ever. So she's got a GHD heat protect system in her hands. She's applying it to a plain piece of bread, and it is incredible. It shows you the importance of heat protection, you know, and that's the thing. And Jamie, you were saying just now that you've only just recently come into heat protection and the importance of that. For your own styling routine, how important is heat protection styling for you?
I would not touch my hair without heat protection on it now. And honestly, I think it was probably when I started going to my hairdresser and getting my hair done professionally, where he was just like, you need to do it. You need to use heat protection. Yeah. It completely works. I don't know why I ever thought about not using it, but now I have to use it. It's the first step. When I come out of the shower, I dry off my hair, I put my heat protect in before I do anything.
Yeah, I suppose it's like for us, I was exactly the same as you, Jay, but I think being makeup artists, it's like putting our moisturiser on and then maybe our primer or illuminator on, and we've always done that, so why haven't we used heat protection? So I'm the same as you, I have to use it now. And it's the shine and the condition of the hair as well, it makes such a big difference.
Absolutely. So I think one of the key things about this is the fact that it's super lightweight and it doesn't impede your styling. It doesn't weigh it down. So you can carry on and do your curls as normal, and you know that your heat protection system isn't going to weigh your hair down too much. So Jamie, you're going to teach us or talk us through one of your go-to styles with one of your favourite products. So what product are you going to use first of all?
I've got curly ever after, and I prepped my hair, and the way that I do it, exactly what you said, it's very fine. So I don't even know if you can see that. It's like
You can.
air. So I love to just pick up my hair when it's wet, and I put it right through, and then I do like to give it a brush through, and then I would blow dry my hair. And then I am going to use my ultimate fave. I mean, we try not to have favourites, but the soft curl tong has, I think this is probably what gave me the confidence to learn how to do my hair properly, if I'm honest. And I know that a lot of people know that how much I love this tool. I think as well it's so great on short hair and really long hair. Yeah. So I'm going to use this today to finish off my do.
So Jamie, what I love about what you're doing right now is you're already power coupling. So an interesting thing about this range is we worked with stylists and chemists to combine the benefits of our heat styling tools to combine it with heat protection styling. So what you've got is your curly ever after, which is power coupled with your curve. So again, what that's going to do is with curves, ultrazone technology, styling 1A5, already a lower and safer for hair heat. Power coupling it with your curly ever after is going to lengthen the time that your curls are going to stay in. So looking forward to being out of lockdown, Jamie, out in the bars in Scotland, hopefully soon, your curls will style and last for up to 24 hours, which is amazing. So you've got your curly ever after in, that's been misted through your hair. Your next step, what are you doing next?
So I'm going to take down my little croissant on top of my head.
If we can't go to Paris, we'll bring it to the sectioning.
So what I've got these two front sections. I've got a little bit of a fringe here. Do you see this? It's looking a little bit wild, so we're going to fix that. I'm going to just quickly brush through these parts, and this is just personally how I love styling the front of my hair. So I'm going to take my curve, my soft curl tong, and I love to grab quite chunky sections, and I just work my way down. I'm really nervous doing this in front of you.
Don't worry, you're pretty much an expert, I would say.
Oh, stop.
You've been taught well by one of the GHD educators, I can see. So I love the fact that you are using curve, because curve, I've got to say, as a professional stylist, I love the effect that curve gives me. So if there's anybody watching today that already loves GHD curve, the soft curl tong like Jamie's using right now, I really would recommend for you to try curly ever after. Like the length of time that you get your curls to last for is incredible, but also because it has the heat protection system in it, with those conditioning agents that are in heat protection system, what you'll notice with Jamie when she's styling her hair, she can glide that curve through her hair and it just smooths over your hair so beautifully, doesn't it? It makes it super soft, right?
Oh, it's so great, and it means that I don't need to make sure my hair's super smooth with blow drying, or I don't have to straighten it beforehand. The curve smooths out my hair while giving me the curls, which for me is great. It's a huge time saver. It's great. I can do my whole hair super quickly. This is a great trick for anyone that's like me and has a fringe that has grown out, and I don't trust myself to trim it. So what I love doing is grabbing my curve, and I actually curl my fringe away from my face. Now it's short, but what happens is once I kind of play around with my fingers, it just looks like it's part of my hair.
Yeah.
It hides it.
That looks so good, because you just literally curled it away, did you, from the hair? From your face,
yeah,
sorry.
and actually, you know what's so nice, if you've got a little bit of a longer fringe, you get that, it's so in style at the moment, the 70s fringe, which is my ultimate fave.
Yes.
I love it.
Barrett Fawcett, you've got a little bit of ABBA vibes.
Oh yeah, totally. But again, what you see is the way that Jamie's doing it. So by applying that product straight away, so you've prepped it with curly ever after, it's got your heat protection system in it. So what Jamie can now do is just kind of like just concentrate on tweaking the right bits. She doesn't need to worry about reapplying any product, thinking about heat protection. She's got that already working in her hair. Jamie, we were talking just before we started now, and we were having a brief chat about other products in the range. Now, one of my obsessions within this range is GHD Rehab. Now, again, for Jamie's hair, you know, she's got some blondes going through there, and now you've cut your hair, you've got perfectly smooth ends and so on. But anybody out there who's got longer hair in lockdown feels like they want to sort of protect the split ends, like, you know, again, we're all pining for our hairdressers to open, aren't we?
Yeah.
Rehab, which is this product here, it's going to seal your split ends for up to 10 washes. So what you need to do with this one, Jamie, if you ever want to try it, is apply a small amount of this into your hair on wet hair, shampoo your hair, don't condition it, apply it to the ends of your hair, dry it in with your GHD Helios and seal it with your Platinum Plus. That's going to last for 10 washes.
Wow.
So the next time you style your hair, then you can carry on with your curve, you can carry on doing curls and so on. But that bob length that you've got now, you want to keep those ends really sharp, really blunt, and that's what Rehab's going to do perfectly for you. It's going to maintain those richness of the ends as well. But those curls, Jamie, are looking amazing.
I love as well. So again, because I've used my product, I've got all this volume. So I do love flipping my fringe over, and I just get all this height to my hair. I love it. And then actually, a product that I'm obsessed with is the GHD hairspray. It's so great. The Final Fix hairspray. It's got the perfect texture it just like it makes my hair stay exactly where I want it, especially when I've got big waves. So I do the butterfly. Patrick Wilson taught me the butterfly.
Oh yeah, I love it.
I've done it ever since. But see this, and then I actually love to see a tiny bit of that just under my fringe. Look at.
Oh my God, that looks so good.
Nice.
And it's not sticky at all, is it? Which is so nice.
It's great. And at the end of the day, you know, if I want to change up my style, I actually do just brush through my hair and start again.
Just the way that you're playing with your hair, Jamie, is amazing because it's such a touchable hold. You're going to get that hold from it working in perfect symbiosis with your curve, but it doesn't feel sticky or tacky. It still feels like beautiful hair.
It still feels like beautiful hair, but I think it looks soft.
Yeah.
Which there's some things that I've tried out there that you can see it starting to stick in sections, and it's not the one.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm a bit gutted that I've not got anyone to show this to.
Now, one final touch on your hair. Would you mind just popping on a little bit of Shiny Ever After on your hair? Now, I know you love a fairy tale, and this is going to be your own fairy tale here. Now, Lisa, have a smell of that.
Come on.
Now, and tell me, is that not the best smelling product you've ever tried?
Oh my God, that is gorgeous. What is the smell in it? It's beautiful.
It's amazing. It's
so fresh, but it's kind of like floral as well.
Yes, yeah, it's got like kind of woody tones to it at the same time, but it's beautiful, and it's actually a bespoke GHD fragrance that we've got in
It's
there.
like, I was going to say, it's actually like an expensive fragrance, isn't it? In your hair. It's lovely.
Jamie, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been lovely chatting to you, and thank you for sharing your tips and tricks with your GHD products and electrical range.
My absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for having me. Hopefully next time it's in person.
Yes,
Absolutely.
fingers crossed.
Take care. Stay safe, Jamie.
Bye, Jay.
Take care.
See ya.
So next we have our GHD brand ambassador, Zoe Irwin, who's going to share with us her favourite product, which is GHD Bodyguard, and showing a few tips and tricks on how to get her favourite Zoe Irwin looks. Zoe, I am so excited to see you work today. It's been too long since we've gotten to do hair properly.
I know, it's a delight to be here.
It is, isn't it? But Zoe, we're going to see one of your favourite techniques using Platinum Plus today. But before we do that, talk us through the prep, because quite obviously you've done a lot of the styling already. So how did you prepare the hair for today's styling session?
So I've prepped using Bodyguard, and what that will do is give like an invisible shield to protect the hair from the heat. But I'm obsessed with the hydration as well. It gives a really lovely feeling to the hair. It's amazing for people that don't like their hair to feel full of product, but they want their hair to be sort of shiny and soft. And so that's my kind of go-to. And then I've used dramatic ending, and that's been layered on top. So put into my hands, worked through, and then almost like pushed into, like working through like this. And what this will give you is more separation on the wave and a really glossy shine, so it makes your hair look very healthy, and I love to put those two together.
Now, dramatic ending, smooth and finishing serum.
Yes.
Now, that traditionally is used on dry hair at the very end, but you actually used it to dry into the hair.
I have. I dry it into the hair, so I apply it when it's wet. I put it into the palm of my hand and work my hands together and go through all of the ends. And I just think for hair it gives a little bit more gloss. When you blow dry it in, you get a softer finish. It's almost like a kind of soft sheen, so it's not so kind of high definition, and I love that. I love the way the hair looks more natural, and sometimes I use it at the end as well, but I love to always layer it on as I'm prepping.
So you're power coupling today using your Bodyguard heat protection spray.
Yes.
Power coupling that with your Platinum Plus, right?
Yes, I am. So this is my power couple. I just feel that they go so well together.
Now that mist as well is gorgeous, isn't it? It comes out so light. And I think often enough when I've worked as a professional stylist with various different heat protection sprays and creams, you have to dry it in, but this is such a quick drying action, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's very quick to do. And what I love is doing this on the second day as well. So on the second day, going back through perhaps the mid-lengths and ends as you go over and style again, it works so well. But because it comes out as a soft mist, you're able to work your fingers through and straight away I can use styling on it. I like hair to feel almost like it doesn't have a product in. Like, to me, it's creating the dream hair.
Definitely. Now, it's quite an interesting technique. Now, you tend to sculpt the hair almost with your styler, don't you? Talk us through the technique and how people can create that themselves.
So the technique is really around the idea that you have lift at the root and a leaner, softer curl through the ends. So I start at the root and I hold in this way, so slightly at an angle, and I come out, gliding softly. And then I remove the styler, and often I will work through in the opposite direction. And I also push the hair back slightly, and this gives a tease. I love second day hair. I think second day hair is hair that can be styled into something else whilst keeping a lovely soft, almost like foundation within it. And the protection on the hair is so key that using Bodyguard on special areas, perhaps you don't want it all the way through, it's still in there from the day before, but it's going to add more hydration to the ends, which probably have soaked up a little bit of moisture.
And that hydration, you know, we all love texture in the hair. You know, you're building up some amazing texture here, but you still want your hair to feel soft and supple, don't you? And I think, you know, because we've got that dual action, you've got the protection polymers, which covers your hair from the heat styling, but also your conditioning agents. That's what's helping you glide through the hair, that softness to the hair at the same time. Obviously, Platinum Plus has the ultra gloss coating on it already, but paired and power coupled with Bodyguard, it is something incredible that happens on your hair. So that wave is looking gorgeous right now. So talk to us about how you're going to finish this off now. Obviously we've got the styling range, but also there's some fantastic finishing products in this range as well, isn't there?
There is. So first of all, I lift the hair. So I'm massaging through and just shoveling the wave. And then I'm taking perfect ending. I'm going to use it in a slightly different way and spray it on my hands.
I love these little tips, Zoe. They're so good.
I spray it on my hands, and then I start to manipulate the hair.
Well, that is some incredible hair, and it's the kind of texture that, you know, everybody desires and wants that kind of texture but never knows how to do. So now we know. Prep it with Bodyguard, and then you've got dramatic ending through the end to add that moisture, so the serum at the end. Drying that in with Helios, and then power coupling your Bodyguard, your Platinum Plus, using the Zoe technique. I think everybody's got plenty of time now in lockdown to perfect this look, to practice it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Zoe, for sharing all of your professional advice with us today.
You're welcome.
And just like magic, you are back. That was like a TikTok challenge.
Well, we can run very fast from Wales.
Honestly, guys, that was so fun. Thank you so much for joining us. I feel like I've learned a lot from the professionals, and I think it's fair to say I'm never going to wear my hair up in a dishevelled top knot ever again.
Lisa Potter-Dixon, if I ever see an Instagram post from you with a top knot, I'm going to be DMing you straight away.
I promise. I'll try my best. But guys, seriously, thank you for joining us. What a joy it was. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share this video. And Dav, where can they get the product?
Yep, so the whole range has launched today. So all you need to do is head to ghddhair.com, and there is loads of tips and tricks and advice on the products there. So get yourselves over to ghddhair.com, and of course, when the salons are finally open, they will be available in all the top salons as well. So that's all that's left to say from the Phil and Holly of GHD, myself and Lisa. Thank you so much for joining us, and hopefully we will see you at our very next live. So thank you and goodbye.
Bye.